Hey everybody, welcome back to Guns and Gadgets, your source for Second Amendment news. Where there is smoke, there is fire. What do I mean by that? Last week, the gun control advocates from Newtown, Connecticut, they made their annual trek to Washington, D.C. Again, they do this every year, but typically it's a rah, 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 you're not doing enough, this is what we want, you must hate the children, we must save the kids, and let's take away everybody's constitutionally guaranteed civil right. And who cares? We want everybody to have the same views we do. Typically, it's just a rah-rah moment for them. However, this year was very different. Senator Richard Blumenthal from Connecticut had this to say to the crowd. He said, quote, "This election was more than a referendum. It was a very strong message by the American people." He also added, "The momentum has really shifted." Now, this is a guy who is entrenched in Congress, who is a huge gun control voice, was big on the bump stock ban, was huge on the red flag law for Connecticut, and not just for Connecticut, but we'll talk more about that in a minute. But he wasn't alone. California Democrat Representative Michael Thompson, who also heads the Gun Violence Protection Task Force, doesn't even make sense, but he said as well, this election clearly sent a message. Now, the common thread to this feel-good meeting that they had with their gun control advocate counterparts was that key proposals that have been ignored by Republicans the last couple of years are going to pass. For instance, enhanced FBI background checks for firearms purchases, and the red flag bill, a bump stock ban, a magazine ban, etc. It's all coming. I've been telling you that for weeks. This, like I said, with this smoke, there's fire. Now they're talking about this openly at rallies. One of the other talking heads that was at this rally in D.C. was Representative Elizabeth Etsy, who said this, quote, "People are bleeding and dying and waiting for Capitol Hill to take action. We've been hoping and praying to get a single vote. Well, hold on to your horses now." So they're being very bold. They're very smug, very pompous now because they know they have enough votes for the House. Now, a lot of people, when I do these videos, immediately say, what about the Senate and Trump will never sign it? Well, Trump is about to sign a bump stock ban. If you haven't heard that, you're not paying attention. And the scary part about the Senate is they only need a couple of senators to switch and vote for gun control. And when we have senators who are Republican and they're proposing federal gun control, there is reason to worry. On December 1st, I told you about the state senator from Tennessee, a Republican, who submitted the red flag bill in Tennessee for its pre-file for the next session to take place in January. Well, the federal one, the federal red flag bill that is going to be submitted by Senator Blumenthal, the Democrat from Connecticut, and by Senator Lindsey Graham, who is a Republican from South Carolina, he's co-sponsoring the national red flag bill. Now, you need to pay attention to this channel because this is the only place you're going to find this information. I typically have it a couple days before it comes out on other branches of media. So I ask you to please subscribe to the channel so that you can be educated faster than the masses by watching it here on Guns and Gadgets. Now, Thursday, Nancy Pelosi, who's going to be the new Speaker of the House, she said, and I quote, "We will pass common sense gun violence prevention legislation very soon." That's a tongue twister for a whole bunch of stuff that means we're going to violate your constitutional rights and you all aren't on the same level as us. You're second-class citizens, those of us who enjoy every one of our rights. Now, in just the last 2 weeks alone, I've told you about federal bills in the wait that will be filed in January for bump stock ban, for ban 3D printing, to add a federal red flag law, to strip you of your rights and your property, violate all kinds of constitutional laws, amendments, and clauses. It's going to be very, very rough around here if we are not educated and prepared and stick together. Now, just doing a little bit of research on the incoming class of people who won elections around the country in Congress for the House, and what they ran on and how they beat their opponents. And almost all of them ran on gun control, common sense gun violence prevention legislation. That's the new clicky words that they're using. We saw a Georgia Republican who was unseated by a gun control Democrat. We saw the same thing happen in Texas, in Colorado, and in Virginia. Things are starting to change rapidly, folks, and we need to start educating each other. You don't want to hear it, but we need to make our voices heard. You need to start making phone calls, emails, show up at office hours, tell your friends. You need to do it, and you need to do it now. Now, Blumenthal from Connecticut, Democrat, who's working with Lindsey Graham, Republican, South Carolina, is confident that the red flag bill that they're going to jointly propose will pass the Senate. You know it will pass the House because they have the votes coming January. They're saying, I mean, they're working together, so they must know something that we don't. They're saying they're confident it's going to pass the House. Now, you don't think that Donald Trump, the same guy, again, who said this,
to literally give families and give local law enforcement additional tools if an individual is reported to be a potential danger to themselves or others. And allow due process so that no one's rights are trampled, but the ability to go to court, obtain an order, and then collect not only the firearms, but any weapons in the possession of that individual.
Or might take the firearms first and then go to court, because that's another system, because a lot of times by the time you go to court, it takes so long to go to court to get the due process procedures. I like taking the guns early, like in this crazy man's case that just took place in Florida. He had a lot of firearms. They saw everything. To go to court would have taken a long time. So you could do exactly what you're saying, but take the guns first, go through due process second.
You don't think he'll sign that? If you don't, you're crazy, or you're living under a rock and you're not paying attention. Blumenthal also said he's very confident that the 3D printing ban is going to pass the Senate as well. And if you're not aware of what that is, here's the video floating above my head. You need to watch that as well. All this is happening, and happening at a rapid pace, and they haven't even taken office yet. Hold on to your seats, hold on to your hats. Stay tuned to this channel, because this is where you're going to find it. Until we see each other again, this is Jared from Guns and Gadgets. Be safe. Stay vigilant. Carry your weapon. Pay attention, folks, because here it comes. Take care.